Bam. That doesn't work either. There we go. All right. 16 hours ago. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Let us see. There we go. There we go. Hey, what up, Kahora? What up, Gene? Feeling a little bit better, by the way. I don't play Fortnite. No. All right. Hold on 1 second. They're leaving. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so Fortnite seems to have a lot of legal issues lately, but I try to play more stuff that's sometimes I play shoot people stuff games too, but I usually prefer more higher pace, less kill your friends type, but you know. What up, Kahora? What up, Sandra? I just started the stream 1 minute 57 seconds ago. Yep. Yeah. That's freaking crazy. It should be instant. It should be like boom. Well, now that I'm going to start having more time to be online, which is kind of odd because I'm online a lot, I'm going to start announcing them like an hour ahead of time and setting up that all good stuff. Discord. What'd you do on Discord? Recess? Discord. Oh, on Discord. I thought you were saying there's something for me to see on Discord. Gotcha. Yeah, Discord's faster. Yeah, it seems like as soon as I hit go, I get a notification from Discord also. No, it's okay. It's all right. Did you guys like my new? I don't think Gene and Sandra, you guys weren't here for the Oxpecker stuff yesterday, right? So we found out there's this bird called the Oxpecker, and we started talking about it. Have you ever seen an Oxpecker? And so probably later, yeah, usually later on. I mean, we'll see, but yeah, at some point today. I mean, but it's open topic for now, Gene. Now let's see, Katra's probably got some wackadoo shit. How you doing, Katra? Hit the like button. All right, let's see, Katra. Oops, that don't work. Let's see this. There we go. All right.
Serious contributor to why so many people have allergies today is because they just keep planting only male trees.
This myth won't die! Wearing a cool outfit, so hopefully people will pay attention. Your allergies are not getting worse because we're only planting male trees. Your allergies are getting worse because we spend more time inside and climate change. You can blame the patriarchy, but for different reasons. Blame the men who
big server that
oil
got hacked over 19 years ago.
There are two different angles to come at this from. First of all, only 6% of plant species are dioecious. And what that means is you need two separate plants with different sexes of flowers in order to reproduce.
That's right.
Only 6% of plants. 65% of plants are monoecious, which means on the same plant, you will have both male and female flowers. You also have a ton of flowers that are hermaphroditic, where one flower will have both male and female reproductive parts. And some of those flowers are even self-fertile. So that already, non-issue. Conifers like pines, spruces, they do tend to be dioecious. And they tend to produce a butt ton of pollen. But you want to know what makes them produce more pollen? Increased CO2 in the atmosphere. There are some really great peer-reviewed studies showing this in conifers and ragweed. So while conifers do produce a lot of pollen, they typically aren't what sets off our allergies.
That's not
ragweed,
what people
however,
are allergic to.
which is also
Who
CO2
knows?
sensitive, does. Ragweed, your pollen is a little rude. So today, don't yell at your city to put more edible plants in, because if there's anything I feel like my page should have vouched for, it's that y'all are surrounded by edible plants all the time anyway, and just no one knows. So we can be angry, but we should be angry at people who are dragging their feet on moving towards cleaner energy, or
yeah, that's kind of crazy shit. Listen. Climate change climate's always going to change. It's not a political issue. It's a biology issue. It's not a botany issue. It's not, you blame the patriarchy. Yeah. Irregardless, people just notice what happens. People make problems so they can make money off of those problems. It's not like start driving freaking electric cars and you'll have less carbon dioxide. Yeah, I was just showing you the video because of the sex of the trees. That's what I was putting out there. Richard, serious question. Do you laugh at Down syndrome and disabilities? Because I want to know if it's right to laugh sometimes. Listen. If the person with Down syndrome is funny, then yes, it's funny. But laughing at them, if they're suffering with it, that's laughing at suffering, right? But there's Down syndrome comedians. Right? Yeah, I mean, if it's funny, it's funny. But if it's just like, oh, that poor baby's got a freaking wacky ass skull and they're suffering, then no, it's not good to laugh at suffering anyway. But yeah, there's Down syndrome comedians. Down syndrome comedians. Like, for instance, Shane Gillis.
I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. It nicked me. Bit of a day walker myself.
I'm not.
It's funny when you bring up Down syndrome, you can always tell who's never been around it in their lives. You know what I mean? Like if I tell people, if I'm like, yeah, I have family members with Down syndrome, people that have never been around it are always like, oh. Like Down syndrome is the fucking end of the world. Are they okay? Are they doing okay? It's like, they're doing better than everybody I know. They're the only dudes I know having a good time pretty consistently. Sorry they're not on fucking Adderall and anti-anxiety like the rest of us. They're on fucking Capri Suns.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, right.
My Uncle Danny sneaks grilled cheese sandwiches into restaurants just in case they don't serve grilled cheese sandwiches. I don't know where he's getting these fucking things. It's the best. It's the best. You'll be out to dinner with him, you look across the table, you see him sneaking a grilled cheese.
Yeah, same guy.
Yo, where'd you get that cheese, Danny? His dad's with him. He's like, that fucker, he's been making them at night. I know he is. I'm not making them at night, Dad. And he'll look at you and be like, I'm making them at night.
Right. So if they're funny, yes, but laughing at people's suffering, is borderline on the evil side. All right, let's look at this friggin' lilac bullshit.
If you've ever had a lilac candle, it wasn't scented using real lilacs. Lilacs are famously hard to preserve the scent of. The flowers don't have enough oil to extract an essential oil from, but I found a way. Not to make an essential oil, but a way to capture
our videos
the scent.
are mostly
This
just
is my
educational
lilac
for
bush.
safety and
Reminds
how
me
to
of my
tell about
childhood.
smartphones.
First, we're gonna gather ourselves a little bouquet of lilac. Do they
Racing
smell
dogs and
lovely?
cats.
I
The
know,
thing is, broke my
Mustard.
heart.
Lilacs are your favorite. Sniff for push pop. Sniff for our foster flowers. Now I'm going to take the flowers off of these stems and put them into this jar. Because I love you, I care about your time, we're going to use movie magic. Whoop-ow! Yeah, movie magic. Over our flowers, I am pouring this syrup, which is 2 parts sugar and 1 part water. Add an eensy-weensy bit of lime juice. And with our lid securely on, we're going to flip it around a couple of times times.
What up,
Now we're
Barbara?
gonna let this guy sit at room temperature overnight. Sweet smells are also very sensitive to heat.
Oxidized
It's tomorrow now. Let's check on our syrup. There is gas built up because there was yeast on the flowers and they ate a little bit of the sugar. And now you have this beautiful lilac syrup that'll last a week in the fridge, or you can freeze it for long-term use. I'm gonna add some sparkling water to it to make a spring soda. Make sure
It
to
would
let me know if
also
you
last longer if you had a dark bottle because the sunlight will degrade it. One day you should see his video. Which one? You talking about Beetlejuice? He's got lots of videos. He's still alive, oddly enough. I mean, for having all the issues that he has. Beetlejuice comedian. Beetlejuice. Juice comedian. Yeah, he don't know, though. Yeah, he doesn't know. Lester Green.
Fighter that ever lived.
I told you, I am.
Yeah, what about Mayweather?
Mayweather, he been a great fighting for on top for a year.
What's he doing now?
He's a landscaper.
Oh yeah,
now.
but he's
What?
their general is
He's
great
a
things I haven't
landscaper
seen in
now.
my life.
A landscaper?
He's a
Yeah,
landscaper.
you should
yeah.
What did he
definitely
do?
learn that stuff. Stay away from
he
the
cut
freaking
grass, man.
patriarchy bullshit, though.
He cut grass now.
Who's the greatest fighter that ever lived?
I
I
am.
told you, I am.
I told you. Yeah, so there's a huge it's so disappointing to see how this is what you got to do when you start looking for movements that you're going to back in your life. Look at their funding. Who's funding them and why? And then like the shit that just came out with the Southern Poverty Law Center that they were funding the KKK to make more racism so that they could fundraise more money. Because the people that raised the money, the people that made the telephone calls and sent the text messages that said, hey, we're helping to stop racism. Look what happened to the news today. They get a percentage of whatever they raise. Just because the company's a nonprofit doesn't mean the people don't get paid. The company itself just doesn't show a profit. So they bring in $20 million and they get a certain percentage that goes into their pockets. That's due. Juice is satellite. It's a satellite that's going to orbit Jupiter. What did I miss here? I think the only video I think it even mentioned the patriarchy. Right, I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking about in life, like the women need men need women, plain and simple, done and done, 100%. If they can convince you to follow any one of these other, like we need to freaking be rude to men because they've caused wars. What men? How many percent of men cause wars? Women couldn't vote, neither could men. You could only vote if you own property, right? It's like, but they don't want to go far enough back in time. They only want to go to 1967, not back to 1947. You know, it's like, and then their narrative would be different because they're fundraising. Anything like that is whackadoodle. All right, whackadoodle.
I'm Beetlejuice, and yeah, I've seen it all. They called me names, laughed at how I looked, how I talked, said I was dumb, said I was a clown, but I always knew the truth. You think I didn't know the number between 2 and 4? Please. I knew, I just didn't say it. I played the fool because that's what people wanted. I gave them something to laugh
because
at,
it
something
pays.
to remember, and in return, I made a living, I made a legacy. That's a good deal, if you ask me. I gave people joy in a world that's hard and cold. They saw me and forgot their pain for a moment. That means something. But now, I am a 57-year-old man. I'm tired. I've played the game long enough. The spotlight doesn't warm me like it used to. These days, I dream of quiet, no cameras, no scripts, no noise, just peace. I don't regret a second. I live strange. I live loud. I live real. But now, I just want to be Lester Green. No makeup, no character, just me. And for once, that's enough. I'm Beetlejuice, and yeah, I've seen it all.
I've seen it all. Tommy was riding Tommy was riding a road to desk. Peace, love, and understanding. Yeah, yeah. Hollywood's fake, right? And it's like people will act how they need to act. Like, do you really think people hate people as much as they say they do? Like the people in the people in Hollywood and stuff, they don't know what's going on in the world. They got no idea. They're getting high all day, getting drunk all day, partying and making movies. They've got no idea what's going on in politics. They get paid per post to say, screw Trump, Biden's a moron, blah, 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 Kamala's a blah, blah, blah. You know, they get paid to do that. It's called, try to be on TV. You try to be on TV. See how much it costs for you to put yourself on TV. This interview is sponsored by blah, 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 blah. Right, of course it is. Of course it is. Influence makes affluence. See? Yeah. No, listen, everybody should know. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. Stern made hundreds of millions, and he probably made, let's say, probably a couple million easy, probably 7 million, I would say, under 10. Lester, what's his name? Lester Green. Lester Green net worth. Not Mr. Lester. Lester Green has an estimated net worth of still about $500,000. A popular entertainer, member of Howard Stern's Whack Pack, he accumulated wealth along the decades. It's got to be way more than that. NFT sale in 2022, he sold an NFT that sold for $15,000, which was a gift card and a video. Social media, yeah, right. Just his social media is going to make him more than that, absolutely yearly. Okay, he's occasionally claimed to have over $1 million up to $4 million in his bank account with several social media posts. That sounds more like it. I would put under 10, but yeah, absolutely. What up, Magic Cat? That's funny. That's funny, Autodash. That's funny. Let's see. Okay. Oxpeckers.
One of these
what up,
boys
KB? Ain't
and
seen
one
you in a
is
while,
snack.
brother.
Which one are you choosing? A or B, this or that? We're gonna learn about them together, and that is a fact. Oh yeah, cause one is poison and one is a snack. Ooh. Welcome back to America's 10th favorite game show, Poison or Snack, where you must figure out which one's poison and which one's a snack. Vine with Tree Star Leaves edition. You know the deal. This one's A, this one's B. Let's take a closer look. Here we have plant A, and its vine is a little reddish on one side, a little greenish on one side. It also has these crazy forked curly cues that it uses to grab onto things. The younger leaves are shiny, and the older leaves are not. The underside of the leaves have a light fuzz on
You've
the
been
veins.
busy editing videos, making some content.
A little sour, maybe also a little fruity. Now let's take a look at B. B's vine is also a little reddish on one side and greenish on the other side, but it's kind of fuzzy, which A was not. Its younger leaves are more matte and fuzzy, as opposed to their older leaves, until you flip them over, and then they have a fine little layer of fuzz. This guy doesn't have any forked doobly-doos to grab onto things. When I break it, it smells a little savory and a little stinky. Let's look at the leaves side by side too. A has these jagged edges, whereas B's are smooth. And B almost kind of looks like a cartoony version of A, like someone took all the sharpness out and made everything more rounded. So which one are you feeding to your bestie, A or B? And the snack is A. A, with its grabby doobly-doos and its pointier leaves, is riverbank grape, one of our wild grape species. B is Canada moonseed. And I know in a lot of these we do poisonous plants that'll just give you a tummy ache, but moonseed could kill you. So, another thing that makes them confusing, yeah, they both make bunches of berries. But moonseed, much like its name suggests, has crescent moon-shaped seeds. So,
I've got
if you
moonseed.
find yourself confused later in the season, that's a good way to tell too. Wild grapes can be used all the same way as regular grapes. They're just a bit more tart. We can talk more about them later in the season. So,
Later in
did
the
your
season.
bestie-
All right, let's see. Moonseed. Bam. We can go look at my moonseed. This is what it looks like. They're smaller, more harder little jammulators. She was on a Jimmy Kimmel show. There you go. Today I'm a hungover cat. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, don't eat them. Don't eat them. Yeah, they're very firm. They don't look. They do look like small grapes, but they're more like. I mean, they're very difficult. How you keeping? Keeping what? What am I keeping? Yeah, I can't do the alcohol no more. No. Listen, it's too freaking toxic. It like hangovers. I can't get nothing done. Seaberries. What up, Chance? Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah. Things are going really good. Things are going good. The money's coming in from the internet stuff. That's doing good. The plants are doing good. Let's go for a walk. Yeah. I tell you what. I used to get bored, and especially when I was bored and I felt like crap all the time. Like go drinking was like that's a great idea. But now I feel better all the time. Not all the time. 90% of the time. So and I just do stuff until I get tired. Then I go to bed so I can get started and get up again. Let's see. I remember in middle school we went on a random field trip in the woods, and my dumb ass pulled the impulse to move and eat a berry off a tree. Yeah, I still got the server running. Yep. Still up and running. My friend said it's going to be poisonous, and I was like, yeah, spit it out. What up, dead anarchist? What up, the man? All right, let's go for a trip. Let's go for a trip outside. Tasted pretty sweet. My teacher in high school told us to. So, poisonous berries will always taste bad. Yeah, very bitter. Most poisonous compounds are bitter. How do you feel about girls publicly gaming and playing Pokemon, but used to call it? Yeah. What do you mean? Of course, right. Those are typically women that don't like men. They haven't found out they're lesbians yet. Goofing off at work. Yeah, not all. But most toxic compounds are very bitter. Probably would have been fine to eat it, yeah. A few EcoFlow batteries and solar panels so you can game without using some power. I've got some. I don't have EcoFlows, but I've got battery backup here so my laptop's got a battery, obviously. So I also have a 1 hour battery, which would last longer than that. It would last an hour at least after the laptop battery died. And then I've got one on my broadcast Wi-Fi and on my cable modem. So my cable modem can stay up during it. Jimmy Walker. All right, let's do this. Let's see what goes. Boom. Remote camera. You. Not me. Bam. 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 It's freaking hot in here. And the thing's on. La la la. La 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 la. All right. Okay. It's freaking hot, boy. What's the temperature outside? It's only 79. I know everything's probably gonna be backwards. Hold on, let me get this so I can see the chat here, YouTube. And to see if we got any berries growing. So if we go over here, so well, those are all pulled down. But here, at the prickly edges, these are also these are little wackadoos. And then I've got over here. I got thousands of plants. So roses are dying and blooming. Did I hit the right button? Let me see. Let me make sure I put the camera on. New channel. New channel. There we go. Okay. There we go. So I also have, you can see the climbing stuff too. You can see the climbing stuff too. There we go. Sorry about that. You could probably grow watermelon juice. Yes, I do grow watermelon. You probably watermelon pumpkins. Yeah. So here, on you can see the climby growy stuff. See the climby growy stuff right there. And then you've got what the fork are you talking about? So here I put this right up here. I put a big shelf up here, and then on all of these, they grow the vines out, and then I have a melon rack, racks. Michael Caine. Yeah. So I grow quite a lot of stuff. Here we got. So this is a different berry tree. Here you go. The berries. Yeah, I got a pretty good one. Wow. There we go. My shoe. And then this is a male. This is a male. It's got big old dingalings up there. I know it's hard to see. And then this is a female right next to it. Patriarchy. And then I got another female here. See your eggs. And then another female here. Bam. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the plane? Boss, the plane. It's probably just a speck on your guys' stream. Palm, yeah. No, it's not. I need to grow some though. It's just very hard down here. Like that luckily stays pretty hardy in the winters here in Georgia. Those are huge berries. Big old berries. Alright. It's freaking hot, boy. Okay, let's get back here. Stop. La da. Have fun. It's palm. Yeah. It's not right. It's freaking windmill palm. Windmill palm. What up? 21K, 21,000 gaming. You miss a high Red Bull? Yeah, these are the windmill palms. And then we can get these are the big old jams. Big old jams, boy. You see the difference in the tree structure? See how this is more smooth? And then the windmill palm, it's got more of a the layered, like it's not, the trunk isn't smooth. It's like a whole bunch of leaves that were like taped together. Check it out. Check it out. Sago, Michael Caine. Not many people know that. Welcome to the family. We don't get too cold, but the lack of high heat, so it's kind of mid-northern Japanese type climate. Yeah, looks cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's cool stuff. And you can whatever you can find. And I've got greenhouses too, but obviously you can't put a freaking acai palm tree in the greenhouse at any kind of height. That if you can, you got some money, and I ain't got no money. I'm gonna take my sister's kid to the bus. Take it to the bus. Put the kids in the bus. All right. Oxpecker. Oxpeckers. What up, plus? Michael Caine. Michael Caine. That's an oxpecker. I made a new shirt. Let's turn a caterpillar tunnel sideways. Big Doug. All right, where are we at here? So these are Oxpeckers. So I made this. I made this. This is gonna be my new shirt. Let me see if I can do this. We're gonna go to pictures. We're gonna go to merch. We're gonna go to Oxpecker. Let's see if I can do this. There you go. So there you go. That's gonna be the new shirt. I'm gonna put an S on it. Home of the Oxpeckers. Like a school's got their own. Schools have their own mascots. This is gonna be 110th grade. Home of the Oxpeckers. Yeah, boy, get you one. Get you one. It'll be on 110thgrade.com probably by the end of the day. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's called an Oxpecker. That's an Oxpecker. These are Oxpeckers. Yeah. Here's Johnny. Did you see the new shirt, John? 110th grade, home of the Oxpeckers. I gotta put the S in there. Let me do it while I'm here. Home of the Oxpeckers. There we go. There we go. Oh, I just did that. Close that. Home of the Oxpeckers. Bam. Replace. All right. So now I can close that, and I can do this, and then I can do this. There we go. Now we got it fixed. Home of the Oxpeckers. Early 20s. Could drink quite a bit. Now 29. Wiped out for like 2 days. Yeah. Listen. When I turned 30. Like, I remember my 29th birthday, I remember partying it up, shots. Oh, my 30th birthday. 30th birthday was weaker than my 29th birthday, and I was hungover for 3 days. And a hangover didn't end. It just got to the point that the hangover was just so light enough that when people were like, "You want to go out tonight?" I was like, "Sure." And then I just started drinking again. So, but yeah, it was rough. You said you would do it and did it. You said you would do it, and you did Oxpecker. I did it, brother. I'm a man of my word. How big is an Oxpecker? Bigger than yours. Let's see. All right, Oxpecker size. 7 to 9 inches. 7 to 9 inches. They have a slender build, weighing about 40 to 70 grams. Both red-billed and yellow-billed have strong claws, stiff tails. They cling to large mammals. There's a big old Oxpecker on that mammal. Perfect size. Generally about 8 inches. They're a little confident. Yeah, they're confident little birds. Strong legs for perching on hosts. There you go. There you go. They are confident little birds. Get you ones. Cocky birds. There he is. Cocky birds. Oh, I got to put that on there. They're cocky little birds. They're cocky birds. Cocky. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks good. Yeah, that's so awesome. I told you, plus, brother. You should have taken it. I like it a lot. Okay, all right. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go. Let's get into some science. And now that we got KB here, we'll do some homemade shortwave radios. 6 meters.
All right, I'm testing a
Hill
homebrew
beater.
6
Hill
meter
beater.
loop made out of
I mentioned
3/4 inch
Oxpeckers
PEX.
video I'm uploading.
Got the coax going over here into the shack. Let's test
What's
it.
do you have any
See
up
how
on
that
your
SWR
channel?
Came out.
Do you have any up on your channel,
So
KB?
for the initial test, I'm using
You want
a
to show?
General Radio 1001A signal generator. I'm watching on the scope here, going for my peak frequency,
Excellent.
showing that I'm right around 50 megahertz. So let's check that on my icon. Here's the build details on the loop. We started with a
Any
10-foot stick
videos?
of 3/4 inch PEX. And of course, formed the loop and put one of those little plastic couplers in the base. So after you make your loop, it comes up to be approximately 38 inches in diameter. So I used wood as a support, got our SO239. This is RG58 coax.
Yeah.
I joined the center to the shield,
BMC.
and then they go up
BM
around
what?
the loop. And up
BMC?
here I have my little tuning lines. Eventually this is going to go on some type of a vertical support with two 2-inch U-bolts going through the wood base. Alright, we're on 6 meter band AM mode. The tuner is off on the ICOM. I'm on SWR.
Transmit.
See, we're pretty low. Go up here to about 51. We'll check it again. Still low.
That's a nice little
Here
freaking
is 52.
network.
Now we got some standing
analyzer.
wave.
Frequency analyzer.
So I operate on the low side of the band, usually at 50.125. There we are approximately. Turn on my tuner.
Turn on my tuner.
She's flat.
She's flat. That's what she says. Low loop. Yeah, low. That's what you need. You need some nice low impedance. Some nice low impedance. 750. Let's see. Hey, 8x8 LED matrix. Yeah, dude, I remember. I think I made the same video back in the day.
Just want to give you guys a tip. When you're putting self-tapping screws into plastic,
Hello.
it's always a good
space
idea
cowboy.
to turn it back in my own shadow. here, but
Ran Radio
turn it
Shack.
backwards until you hear that click. I'll do it again. Once you hear that click, then you can screw it in the correct direction to
There you
tighten it up.
go. Back it out till it
And you know
finds
that you're
the
not gonna
threads.
cross thread. So let's do it again with this one. Again, I'm in my own shadow.
I can't believe you're picking up
So
that
turn
click
it
with the
back.
mic and you can barely hear your
And you
voice,
hear the
unless that's
click.
me.
And then you can screw it into place.
Let's see. There you go. Matrixing. Radio Shack was the ultimate love shack. Uh-oh. Oh. Nice. Lamp test. Eight by 4s. Just red, or are you just using red? Hello world. Yeah, boy. You do a hello world. Hong, that's what you need to do. With pleasure. There you go, brother. I gave you a like. Alright, let's see what freaking Plus has got here. Oh, we're on a loop.
Can you believe that they haven't even been showing my videos on the YouTube? Well, I find that hard to swallow.
Is that an oxpecker on her shoulder?
That's why they call me Oxpecker. Can you believe
She had a bird on her shoulder. You should have
my videos on the YouTube?
Yeah, there's a bird right there. That could have been the oxpecker.
Yeah.
I find that hard to swallow. Now I'm getting it. Ain't no problem, brother.
Can you believe?
Can you believe? Can you believe? All right, let's see what we're doing now. Phew, it's hot in here, boy. It's hot in here. It's getting hot in here. There we go. There we go. Oxpeckers. You should have put hashtag Oxpecker. I'm dumb. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, brother. I'm 3/4 dumb, too. 3/4 dumb. The eye socket problem.
If your eye popped out of its socket, could you use it to look around a corner? You see, normally getting an eyeball to actually pop out of your face is incredibly hard because it's strapped down tight by thick muscles and ligaments. But if you were to have an injury that tore through everything holding your eye while somehow keeping the nerve that connects it to your brain intact, it wouldn't work either, since that nerve is actually super short, so your eye would just get stuck right against your eyelids. And even if we made it long enough to look around a corner, your eye would technically still work, but it would just dangle there, so your brain wouldn't know what to make of the massive difference between what each eye is seeing, confusing it to the point of giving you extreme nausea and even blurring your vision from that eye. If you're
Frickin', you watch my video, commie. Reasons being bald is awesome.
Is that being bald is actually awesome. I know what I've said in the past. Don't remind me. He's bald. He's happy. You're aerodynamic, aren't you?
Aerodynamic.
You cut through the air like a jet plane. It's actually impressive how quick you are. Your head is so shiny that we're never going to lose you. And we don't want to lose you because you're our baldy. Everyone loves eggs. And you resemble one. In fact, just looking at you makes me hungry.
Yeah, did you see the
That
video
bald
of
head
me
of yours.
receiving it? I did not.
You dry quicker
I did
after
not.
swimming. Someone like me with a
Take a
full
look.
head of hair, luscious locks like mine. You know, it takes ages for my hair to dry, but someone like
Right,
you...
dry right after swimming.
One quick,
I don't trust this
quick
video
wipe
creator
of the towel
because
and
of
you're
the
good to go.
Adams video.
Ready for a board
right,
meeting.
Right.
Send this to someone who's bald.
I'm not bald, dummy. Alec. I'm gonna embrace the bald when it happens. Yeah, or use rosemary oil and oregano oil. Howdy, boss. What up, fish stick? I ain't seen you in a while. How you been, brother? All right, let's check out the ISS interception. Wiretap on the ISS. Go to channel. All right, see what we can find here. Is it a short? Ribbon, very well. Distortion, elephant test, hammer radio, LED, African gray, caveman, fly, not silent, jab, laser etching shop, tree primer. Hey, ripple counter and a 555 timer. You know what the 555 is supposed to have? I think it's 55th anniversary on May 5th. 5/5/20. It should have been 2025, but it was 5/5 55th anniversary. I think it's 55th anniversary. All right, let me see. Home videos. Mailbag. Another visit to bear. Rascal apps of how to build. Traveler. Repairs. Hyundai. MS. Train shoe. Kenwood. Shares. Roebuck. Silvertones, mailbox special, note heat, revisiting test package, invasion, phone, mini, 10 cent, oscilloscopes, unboxing, pause straps, Carol Sykes, Marconi, Bear visited me today, Sony, Ghost Sony, don't buy fake receiver cards, how far back is it? Yeah, I'm a fan of. Yeah, my guitar, the biggest, well, second biggest band I was in, the guitar player Ruben Gonzalez Arizmendi. He was a Spanish flamenco guitar player, but he played rock and roll too. All right, let me see. It's overheating, replacing Blu-rays, more images from space, decoding Canada, CHU Canada on 3.33, ISS slow scan TV images.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent
Yeah,
sellers.
yeah.
Just from
Early,
Planetary
right,
Design
early,
reports
right,
60
right.
cups.
No way, it's saying NASA on the air? You should redo this as a short and voice over it explaining what's happening. You know how you can do like remix. There should be a remix option wherever, like on the phone or whatever. Turn the phone sideways, hit pause, and then hit remix, and then clip the whole thing, and then do a voiceover on it. Yeah, I got Minecraft. I'm not going to be playing it today, though. I'm building a game today. I'm working on the Oxpecker. It's Attack of the Oxpeckers. But yeah, I'll be in tomorrow, Alec. Yeah, I got it back. Dude, brother, you should definitely remake this video and edit out the picture that's downloading and make it a Hollywood soundstage obvious replica just to rage bait. The ISS is traveling overhead and sending images one line at a time. Slow scan. Yep, slow scan. That's what it'd be. No, I'm saying you should explain it to the world. Not to me. I need one more dryer sheet where they don't mess with your skin. I need one more dryer sheet where they don't mess with your skin. I don't use dryer sheets, TW. I use you can get there you go. There you go. What's up, Lamb? You can get you can get wool balls. That's all I use. And you won't get any static cling or anything like that. And it doesn't get any weird smells. None of that bull crap, artificial whacked later bull crap. Yeah, I'll show you what they look like. They look like balls. You want to see mine? Listening in while making late dinner. All right. What up, Lamb? Hold on one second. Let's see. Let me grab this real quick. I'll grab you some wool balls. Look, here. This is what you need to get if you don't want to deal with none of the bull crap. They're just balls. They're just wool balls. Balls on your face. No, not mothballs. Just balls on your face. All right. Let's see. Oxpeckers, get you one. Get you some. Get home of the. Welcome to 110th grade. Home of the Oxpeckers. Lonely on the Minecraft. All right, Alec, brother. Where are we at? So what am I doing? Okay. Wool balls for dryers. There you go. Wool balls are natural reusable alternatives to dryer sheet that soften clothes, reduce drying time by 25%, reduce static cling. 100% felted wool. They work by separating laundry to improve airflow, typically in sets of 3 to 6. They last for hundreds of loads. Balls on your face. Yeah, sorry about that, brother. Balls on your face. I got lamb balls, sheep balls, wool balls on my face. All right, sorry. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it. Sorry. Let's hit the like button. Hit the like button for balls on your face. Damn. I have some added essential oils on mine. Yeah, there you go, Tara. Yeah. Tara. Damn it, I don't know whether to call you Tara or Tara. I'm guessing it's Tara. But I keep saying Tara. Great balls alike. Great balls of wool. All right, let's do this. Great balls of wool. Bang. Okay, start. La la la. La la la. La la la. La la. Yeah, and so get you some, and you don't need to buy. You buy 3 of them, or buy whatever, however many you want. Buy 3 of them for a couple dollars, and then you never need to buy dryer sheets again. I got freaking done. And oh, my cat. It's humid, boy. Look at my hair. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right. But not bad. Castrated ball. Sorry. All right. There we go. Stop. All right. 86. Castrated balls of fire. Yeah, don't light them on fire. They will burn and they'll stink. You can say Tara because I don't even pronounce it Tara. I say Tara. Tara. Jeez, yeah, I'm going to call you Tara. Hello, Tara. Tara. Trust me. Tara. Like trust? Like trust? No, I'm not even saying trust properly. It's Tara. How it's spelled. Girl's name Tara. Hey, it came up Tara. Irish, meaning hill or rocky hill, the hill of Tara. And Sanskrit, meaning star or goddess of compassion. They're bummed in. No, just Tara. No tear. Tara. Love one another. Make peace. I agree, brother. East Coast. Me too. I'm from Maryland. I'm living in Georgia. Terustafarian. Tetheftitharian. Danger, I imagine having to worry about. Tara, character in Gone with the Wind, set in Georgia, I believe. Yeah, I think yeah, absolutely, it was Georgia. Yeah. Gone with the Wind setting. Yeah, Georgia during the Civil War and Reconstruction, 1861 to 1870. O'Hare Plantation, Tara, in Clayton County. Near, yeah, that's very close to me, like 15 minutes away from me. I'm Gone with the Flash. It's a good name. Gone with the Wind. Yeah, boy. Bringing up the old school because I'm an old fool. I dated Tara once. She was a blonde, blue-eyed, beautiful tan. She worked at a tanning salon in Hollywood, California back when it was a little bit nice. Early 80s, she was very humble, kind, and sweet. A softie. Are you a softie, Tara? Tara. Damn it, now I keep thinking about it. I can't think of to say it right. Where am I at? You can say Tara because I don't even pronounce it Tara. I say Tara. Jeez. He's back. You can be a softie. Good. That's good. Stupid maters. Stupid maters. Okay, let's see. How long are your blood vessels?
If you somehow removed all of the blood vessels in your body and tied them together, you might think it would be about this long. But the human body has thousands of these tiny vessels that weave in and out of every body part. And with all of them combined, if you started in New York, your blood vessels would make it all the way to the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
It would go on to reach all the way across the Pacific Ocean, over Japan, Asia, and all of Europe. And not only would it make it all the way back to your starting point, but it would be able to make this trip 2 to 4 times over. If you somehow
that's
removed
some
all of
bullshit. I'm softy, but I hear there's a pill for that. But do you recall why you aren't streaming on Twitch? I switched to Kick. You say Tara, I say Tara. A potato, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. All right. That's a tomato I approve. There you go. Tomato approves. Tomato. She's immortal, kind of.
70 years ago, but her flesh is still alive and has been growing non-stop ever since.
What's her face?
She went to the hospital in 1951 because she felt a painful lump inside her. Doctors detected she had a tumor and secretly sliced off a piece to study it. But when they put it in a petri dish, they stumbled upon a 1 in a million miracle. Instead of withering away after a few days like normal tissue, her cells kept dividing every day, effectively growing forever. Knowing this, they quickly took chunks of the tumor as it grew and shipped its cells to every major lab on the planet for testing. So if you took all the flesh that ever came from her, past and present, it would be as massive as one of the pyramids. She died over...
What's her name? Damn it. And it was Johns Hopkins. Name of the woman whose cancer cells are from Hopkins. Henrietta Lacks. HL. Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks. That's crazy stuff there. Industrial BioCare has a why do you gotta have music on it? You can just tell us. Yeah, I know you love Social Security. How say it? Say it how spelled, but it's hard to text. If I could voice it, you guys would get it. Sorry, I'd never correct spell, never matter of pronounce any day. Tara. No, you can't spell Henry Allen either. What up, Rudy? But anyway, enough about my name. I see you. I see you back. I see you're back. All right, let's see what we did today. Let's see what we did. Let's find something else. How radios work. How radios work. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Let's call the whole thing off. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Tomato. That's say tomato. I say tomato. You say potato. I say potato.
We're in an age where most people watching this have never learned how radio works. In radio, which is basically
Get your
light,
motor running.
it's just light that we can't
Head
see.
on out the
So
highway.
far I'm nailing it. Yep. In the electromagnetic spectrum exists on one continuum, and megahertz is the frequency of the compression of the sine waves. And as I understand it, AM is amplitude modulation.
That's right.
So think of a record player, right? We all know that you put a needle in the groove, and then
Put
the
the needle on
wobbles
the record.
turn into sound.
Put the needle
in
on the record.
radio,
Remote
you can
viewing,
modify stuff
then
to
you can
make
try.
squiggles
All
like a record player. Right. But the question is, what do you want to squiggle? So if you picture a wave, amplitude is the
Height of the
height-
wave.
the volume,
The
basically.
height,
Vertical
the
of
ups and
wave.
lows, the
Yeah,
highs
right.
and lows.
So you
Yeah.
modulate the amplitude
Correct.
to go
By making
high
it
and low, high and low. So the
louder and
squiggle
quieter.
is the difference between the two. People realize that you could do frequency modulation.
The peaks of each of your wave and how close they are together determines exactly
Right, so that
how it
becomes
sounds.
the squiggle in the record player. We're in an age where most
Well, that
people...
wasn't a very good freaking way to do it. All right, remote viewing.
We're in an age
Damn
where
it.
most people
I mean, dang
watching
it.
this have never learned how radio works.
Well, that wasn't a really good way to tell it. I mean, science behind remote viewing. Yeah, that was not. Yeah.
Of the whole world.
You know the biggest problem? The American
You know what,
sports fan could care less about. They
KB,
didn't care
you might
anything
wanna
about soccer.
do that. Why don't that was the first video that popped up. You could definitely put out a better explanation, a nice 2-minute explanation on how radio works. Why us? What do you mean why us? Why us? Because you fail first and then you get it out of the way. People are too afraid to try because they're afraid to fail. So you have to understand that failing is required to win, to succeed. Right, I'm eating and listening, folks. All right, John, brother. Yeah, it makes more sense. That's right.
Remote
That
viewing.
feeling.
Pay
Well,
attention
listen,
to
you know
detail.
what you can do? Learn everything that they would teach you so that when it's time to test out, you can say, hey, you guys aren't teaching me anything here. I already know it. Test me to prove it. That's what I did. Years ago, there was a video of a guy sending Morse code faster than someone could scan a text message. I think I saw that. I absolutely remember that. He had a 3-way keyer. Left, right, top. Yeah, that's what I did. He's on Earth. He's currently breathing. He's looking at something, and he sees something that goes up and down from the Earth. I bet you I'm 60% right. Because I'm 9 and my birthday's January 10th. Morse code versus text with Jay Leno. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Well, hopefully if we can play it. Hopefully we can find a clip of it that's not copyrighted. Russell Brand is entertaining but deeply obviously a cult. Let's go! What up, Raid the Fair?
When it's on, it's confident.
You have good people here. My birthday's January 15th. Yep, we're all Capricorns. I have to agree. Thank you very much. Rich, should I message you personally on Discord about the game? Yeah, hit me up. Yeah. There's one called Game Dev. Raid. I feel like Russell Brand should have fallen off and never have heard from him again. But yeah, something tells me yeah, of course, dude. Yes, of course he's part of it. What up, Dave? Soup. Absolutely not. And you remember this, right? Rolling Rock beer has a 33 on each of the bottles. And when they were finally... Thank you, Brianna. Thank you. When they were finally questioned about it... we'll look it up, brother. We'll check it out. When they were finally asked about it, they said that it was because in a 6-pack, there's 3 beers besides 3 beers. Okay? Then why not 32? Because it's 3 with 3. But if you turn it sideways, it's 2 by 2 by 2. Right? But anyway, yes. So that now they push the 33 thing a lot. I do internet. I live stream and do videos, and then I supplement my income whenever my neighbors need work done. I'll do handyman work. I must be too young for Rolling Rock 33 beers. I've never seen one. Never. Wow. No. Wow. I mean, they gotta still be out. They're on every single beer. I mean, might be locale. Me School and YouTube. There you go. Our lentils good. I grabbed a few bags because they were sale for 50 cents. You can make them good. It's basically what you boil them or soak them in. Really, I don't know what they were smoking, brother. Okay, Iron Rock Brewery. Yeah, I'm familiar with Iron Rock also. Yeah. Iron Rock Brewing Company. Yeah, your parents smoke. They should stop. You should tell them to stop. Basically means creative force in three dimensions. Iron Rock. Okay, so you said train wreck beans? I can't spell. Yeah, got her control. Iron Rock is a local brewery. Yeah, I've had Iron Rock. Well, we don't need to talk about that. Trainwreck beans. Beans on toast. Your own recipe. Is your own recipe. Well, it looks like they got some, brother. Oh, shipwreck beans in a train wreck bowl. They kind of taste like nothing, and on the flavors when they're cooked. Yeah, they've got like a generic kind of protein taste, and then like usually people cook it with like vegetable broth or like beef broth in order to the flavors soak into it. But come on! I told them, but my mom stopped during Mountain Dew. To water, same for my dad, but it's Dr. Pepper. Lamb roast. Back to going with the wind. Lentils are healthy. Yeah, they're good for you. Yeah. My thoughts on Russell Brand. We're trying to justify a relationship with a minor. Yeah. I mean, my thoughts on that. That's the opposite of kick ass. That's the opposite of honorable. That's the opposite. But that is what this whole will make you famous if you join our club type shit. Shipwreck beans are what I modified. Gotcha. Wasn't me. It's coming on the counter. Wasn't me. I like lasagna too. Lasagna is probably my favorite food. Besides chili, but if I had to pick one, I would choose lasagna. If like it was like really good lasagna. Yeah, like that right there, like that second one right there. That's like what I would like. I'd have that for my wedding cake and smash it in my wife's face. Lasagna is my favorite food as well. It's freaking good. What up, Mark, brother? Because the UK has a lower age of consent, but it doesn't make it right. No, it doesn't make it right. Crock pot lasagna, yeah, that's good stuff too. I mean, it's the time. It's how long the sauce can soak into the noodle, and the noodle just gets a little bit chewy, but you can cut it with a fork nice and easy without squirting all of the meat and cheese out, Lasagna, but with cottage cheese. I don't know if I've ever had it with cottage cheese. Lasagna is better after days, it says. Yeah, the next day. Definitely the next day. So cooking the whole thing, so if you're having a party tomorrow, cook it today, stick it in the fridge overnight, and then an hour or so before the party starts, stick it back in the oven to bring it back up to like 200, in a 250 degree oven or so, 200, whatever your lowest setting is, and you bring it up to like whatever it is, like 150. Yeah. How did a hair get in my tooth? You chewing on your hairbrush? Yeah, a few different cheeses. Yeah, I agree. Right, because some are stringy, some aren't. Right, and like I don't really like 5 miles of cheese. I like to see it, but when I eat it, I like it to be edible, without having like wackadoo cheese everywhere. All right, well, who was saying something? Somebody mentioned something earlier. All right, let's see. A couple different. Can you come me on the counter? Wasn't me. All right. Let me know when it's over. What are we looking up? There we go. Oh, no. Okay. Listen, I'm not a huge fan of cheese at all, really, but I do like Parmesan, like real Parmesan cheese, shredded very fine, where it like disappears into the spaghetti. Like I really like that. Like it adds like a thickness, a creaminess to like spaghetti sauce. The dark voices. All right, let's find something here. Vivian Leigh was 26 in 1939. What a hottie too, boy. Died in 1967. Died in 1960. Died in 2020. Every time I see somebody dying in 2020, you know what I think it's from. Amish cheese is dope. What emulsifiers do you use in my? I don't use any. I don't use any emulsifiers in my lasagna. Sound like Olivia Garden, Olive Garden lasagna. My Alfredo. That's how I made my Alfredo. I remember when we were children, my mom would always make 2 trays of lasagna. We would raid the fridge the next day and eat it cold. And them's were the days, dude. That sounds like the days. You can still make lasagna. You ain't got a recipe? Listen, get your parents' recipes. Get your grandparents' recipes when you're young. Don't be the whole, I'm going to cook for you. No, learn it. Don't listen to the freaking wackadoos. Learn to cook. Men and women. Cook for your man. Cook for your woman. My dad is a crazy good cook with Italian food. Yes, you better learn it, dude. You better learn it. Listen, you better learn it. Clark Butler. I'm surprised they haven't remade it yet. I'm surprised they haven't remade to ruin it. So I got it for you, brother. I got it right here. I got it right here. There it is, brother. There it is. That is crazy. You'll need an adult with you to go live on YouTube. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be a shirt. I'm gonna have the shirt made. They're gonna be ready today or tomorrow. We're the Cockpeckers now. Why was the ocean so strange? It had no eyes, but it can still see. Dun, 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 dun. They never remade the live either. Oh, They Live. Right. Cocky little bird. Pinterest is how I got a lot of recipes, honestly, but nowadays it has become AI. Yep. What's the sound of one hand clapping? That, and I have a microphone so you could hear it. What? So, I don't know if you were here yesterday. We were talking about something, and then Oxpeckers came up, and I said, "You guys want to see an Oxpecker?" And then it became funny, and then so I said, "I'm going to make T-shirts." So now the channel, the school mascot is going to be the Oxpecker. What's the most dangerous C? Hepatitis C. No, it won't be free. It'll probably be like $18. I think that's the cheapest I can get them made, because I have, if I like bought 500 of them, I could get them for like $12 a piece, but getting them one at a time is like right around $20. I think it's like with like under $25 delivered. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Give me coming on the counter. Wasn't me. Give me coming on the counter. Wasn't me. Learn remote viewing. CIA intelligence method. How to do simple remote viewing. UFO bases 3 days ago. Remote viewing courses. How the CIA used psychics. I remote viewed what really happened to Charlie Kirk. How to remote view. Early exploring remote viewing telepathy. All right, this is now the channel is dedicated to the preservation and protection of oxpeckers. All right, let's see what friggin' what's his face has got to say here.
And I suspect that's very similar to what we identify as either the gods plural, the aliens plural that have these abilities we don't have,
angels,
as well as God singular, which is probably the highest up above all of those things. I suspect there's a version of all these things that are starting to converge on one truth, because when you learn about remote viewing, that's what really cracked it for me, was learning how much money the CIA has invested in remote viewing over the years.
Lots of grifters, buddy.
The CIA is not spending millions and millions of dollars on some crackpot bullshit that's not going to work. They would for a little while, but they've been doing it and doing it and doing it. And now we've got disclosure from people that are coming out whistleblowing that they are doing it today, and I'm in the program, and this is how we did it.
Have you listened to the telepathy tapes?
I've listened to a little bit of them. I've not listened all the way through.
I had Kai Dickens on the podcast the other day, and she explained the whole thing, like, provable. Hours and hours and hours of nonverbal autistic kids who have telepathy. Provable telepathy. Now they're undeniable, 100% accuracy.
Yeah, because do you know what they're finding out? A lot of that stuff is it was parasitic infection, but nobody does parasite cleanses. And so like a lot of these things, like some things that have those types results, and when they check it and they check that they get the DNA type or RNA of it, it's the RNA or DNA of parasites, specific parasites that attack the pancreas or the liver. If a tree falls in the middle of a forest, does a guy's wife still say he's wrong? Yep. You like getting sick? That's not good. Oxpeckers clean parasites. Not joking. They do clean parasites. That's 100% true.
And I suspect that all of that is, and there's a weaponization of it. There's I mean, it's not just public study of it. There's definitely been private study of it by the intelligence agencies and probably the weapons developers for a long time. I mean, I was very surprised to hear Elon's answer to your alien question the other day, which I understand that you probably couldn't talk about it anyway. And I suspect that's very similar.
Oops. I have a pink pony plushie, pink pony club. You gotta have some sort of collection, I guess. Might as well. Alright, where are we at here? Don't let me on the sofa. Wasn't me. On the counter. The origin of the term gaslighting.
Dimmed the gas-powered lights in the house, but when his wife asked him why it was darker, he told her she was just imagining things. Every night, he dimmed them a little more, and every time she pointed it out, he told her she was crazy. Eventually, she questioned her own sanity, and when she truly believed she was crazy, he stole her money, knowing that she no longer trusted her own thoughts. This all started with gas-powered lights, and it's where we get the term gaslighting. He dimmed the gas-powered lights.
They just collect them, right? So you know that. So if you were to start a company, how would you benefit from that knowledge? How would you benefit from that knowledge? By clearing them out of people, or by studying a way to take care of the symptoms so that way you could sell something on subscription monthly. Oh, you better use this or it comes back. You got gas. I don't know, Oxpeckers. I'll have to vet them thoroughly before I endorse any avians. Hey, get you an Oxpecker. Okay, sorry. But I think that's pretty good. Yeah, right. Just saying. Gonna get me on the sofa? Wasn't me. Gonna get me on the counter? Crab sweepers. A chimp who mourned a what? Your brain gets stuck in routines. The dentist made her lose an eye? No, you're not. And you're not getting one. You're 9.
He dropped the needle onto her eye accidentally, so he took it out and handed her a wet tissue before continuing to do the root canal. But the bacteria from her mouth started growing inside her eye. And soon enough, she woke up with a severe infection. She rushed to the hospital, and even though the doctors tried everything, her eye eventually had to be cut out. She sued the dentist for not giving her protective glasses, which could have easily prevented the accident that left her permanently half blind. He dropped the knee.
Or 100% blind in the left eye, right? That is not a record player. It's an eye. Not me, not true, but if interact like a cool person, maybe you could someday. Not everyone is evil at 9. Some come at 11. Left, right. Left, right, left. Oh, man. How a message in a bottle saved a family.
He stuffed a note in a bottle and threw it over the waterfall. You see, the family had hiked to the falls and tried to climb down, but the rope that was usually there had disappeared. The journey back would take 3 days, and the canyon walls were too steep to take a shortcut. So
Major
the father pulled out a receipt
yes,
and wrote, "Stuck at waterfall. Get help." The message went over the falls and floated for a quarter mile until another group of hikers found it. They called for help, and a helicopter rescued the family just hours later.
Okay, hold on. Where's part 2? The family was then sent a bill for $11,000. They got help. They got help, Rudy. They got help. The baboon that ran trains for years.
He fell onto the tracks, and the train rolled over his legs, slicing them off.
Be careful
when
around
he recovered,
trains, kids.
He struggled to work at his railway job,
that worked.
so
Yeah,
he
good idea.
bought a baboon and brought
Yes. So there are. Watch it
to work. It copied the man by watching him, and whenever the baboon heard the train whistles, it learned to pull the right levers, switching the tracks. After testing it for its skills, the railway officials hired it full-time,
This is a
paying
true
it
story,
20
by the way.
cents and half a beer. And for the next 9 years, legend says it never made a single mistake.
Legend says
He
he made one. Okay, pumpkin seed. Yeah, so if you go here to 110thgrade.com, that's me, right? So you go here, right here. Pumpkin seed. So that's why you need a broad spectrum anti-parasitic. So some's good for gut, some's good for muscle, some good for bone, some good for organ. Yep. Me, Mommy, and Rudy sounds like a 90s after school kid drama for like picket fences. I know he made a mistake. How is Mr. or Mrs. Cat? Mr. Cat doing good. He's out roaming the neighborhood. Black walnuts. Yeah, black walnuts is in here too. Black walnuts in here also. Right here. Black walnut haul. Oops. Black walnut right there. Yeah, this stuff's got everything in it, brother. Clove, fennel seed, marshmallow root, black walnut hull, pumpkin seed, slippery elm bark, wormwood herb, clove bud, garlic bulb, oregano, leaf oil, peppermint leaf oil. Yeah. Yeah, we got it. My 80cc big bore kit comes in Friday. I can't wait to slap that bag boy on. Hit me up on Discord, brother. Do you play Robe? I do not. What up, microwave? That's how we get it cooked. Yeah. Hit me up on the Discord raid. I'll help our brother around. That's your sister? Hey. There you go. Chewing actual cloves. The fibers can pull stuff out. I got that on this memorized. Wasn't picket fences the one with the kid Downs named Corky? Let's look it up. Picket fences. Remember the flashback? Wonder Years. Yeah. Fred Savage. Also picked up two thin but long flexible magnets to fish the valve bolt out. It's a great idea. I've got a telescopic magnet. So it's like an old television antenna. It's got a rubberized handle and a magnet on the end. She said, love. Okay. Not get fences. Lennon lives. You think I look like John Lennon? How you doing, Chris Higgs? Basking in the must currently. Show. There you go. Yeah, good old days, boy. The good old days. CEO home needs something flexible to fit around corners. Gotcha. Yeah, and they're great to have. I just met John Pork's distant cousin, Juan Bork. Bam. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Oh, man, I'm freaking cooking in here. It's hot, boy. It's hot. Crab sweepers. Can a brain cell? A toddler got stuck on a balcony. Oh, this looks fun.
Through the bars of a second-floor balcony. His body fell through the gap, but his head got stuck, leaving him hanging in the air. People
Ooh.
on the street saw him and rushed to stack nearby chairs into a tower. Then one man climbed up and grabbed the boy's legs, holding
He
his
slipped and accidentally ripped the boy's head from his neck.
weight to keep his neck from being crushed.
Sorry,
For
I
several
felt
minutes,
personally
he
the
held
master
him
of
up
Kung Fu.
until the boy's grandma got inside the
Yeah, well,
apartment.
so it's got, there's like, everything in your body comes down to a vitamin and a mineral to make proteins. It's the vitamins and minerals at the levels we're told to take will keep you alive and will keep sores and stuff from opening up on your body. But if you've got any issues, look at what vitamin deficiencies can cause that. And most of our guts, listen, only 3% of America have intestines that are in good enough working order to be able to donate their poop or sell their poop for fecal transplants that the rich use after they destroy their guts with the diets and stuff that we eat, drink. There's a lot of stuff, vitamins, minerals. Yeah, I have surgery on March 19th. How you doing? Life goals. All right, sorry.
Pulled the toddler back up, completely unharmed. He slipped through.
Except his neck is 2 inches longer. All right, I'll watch a few more here.
Slice of bread onto a metal pole and dangled it around in a lightning storm, you might think a lightning bolt could toast it perfectly. But the lightning would travel down the pole, charring the bread in less than a second and electrocuting you as well. Now, if you somehow attached a giant pole to a power bank, you could capture some of the energy, which you could then use to power a toaster that could toast over 20,000 slices of bread.
That's good
If
to
you
know.
stuck a
That's good to know. That's good to know. Build $17 million worth of contraption. Well, mine is too. But they make these flashlight radio emergency thingamabobs you can do really cool. You can use the wind to charge. 60 seconds of winding. So I have one. I have a hand crank generator weather radio, AM, FM, and weather, the weather transmission. I've also got a weather radio. Those bearings are a little paste at the point. Lamau. I need to spray it with some WD-40. Yeah, they work, right? Yeah, wind them up. Especially, we got tornadoes and stuff down here, so we go sometimes without power, but it's not usually longer than a few hours. I've never had power out longer than my battery backup could keep my internet and laptop up. They got efficiency, the 90s ones. Yeah, dude, they were a workout. And they were a workout, well, because back then the batteries were like nickel metal hydrides or what were the other ones before nickel metal hydrides? It starts with a C. Nickel cadmium. So they didn't hold nothing worth of juice. They were hard to charge, and then they would drain quickly. So now you're charging a lithium ion, and they'll hold it much longer. Toasty. Sandra, they have charging ports so them to charge the effing phone out. Dude, I got a really nice charging block here. This thing right here, it's huge. It's almost this. It's weight like this thing takes 8 hours to charge. It's 50,000 milliamp hour. My other charger is 7,000. This is 50,000. Yeah, it's huge. It'll charge. It'll keep a laptop going. It's bigger than the laptop than the battery in my laptop. My battery's 3,800 milliamp hours, and it's got a bunch of ports on it. Yeah, they were on sale for $20, like 27% off. So I had to pick two of them up. NiCad, nickel cadmium, right? Nickel cadmium, NiCad, right? So you could wind up and technically charge your phone. Yes, you can. Yeah. You just need was it 7805 voltage regulator and a full bridge rectifier to take the whatever the input voltage is from your motor generator to turn it into DC, balance it to 5 volts, and yeah. Dude, I saw a guy charge his phone off of a car battery using a pencil as a resistive divider. He measured the pencil. He cut the wood on one part of the pencil. When he laid it across the two, if you know the voltage division, like how two resistors together can make a voltage divider, he used that ratio and he got 5 volts out of his battery, a little more. But yeah, it was pretty cool. You have a 25K? Yep, they're good to have. It's almost as big as an Oxpecker. Honestly, it's about just start keeping my dead vapes and stealing the batteries out of them. Yeah, I've seen some people make some really impressive stuff. Rig it up to a stationary bike. Right. Listen, you can do all that. You could do all that. Yeah, look. I mean, I don't know if it still is. It was Amazon. Here it is right here. Yeah, it's $50 at Walmart. That's okay. Right now it's at $29. It's at $29 right now. I got it for $21. This is it right here. It's $29 right now. 50,000 milliamp hour. This is like the old one that I have, and it's like $40 for like 7,000 milliamp hour. Yep. 50 amp charge capacity will really go bang if it fails. Yes, it will. I want to throw some regen, but yeah, why not? Do it up. Send me that link. Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Absolutely. I got you. Definitely worth having. All right, sorry, what was I doing? Let's get back to what does that. The water pumps in India are really efficient, like Ghetto Stair Climber. If you go back and forth, those are cool too. Put a stationary bike in a swimming pool for the ultimate workout. I want to go cut up that scrap metal and just practice my beads at flow cutoff. Well, you should do that. You absolutely should. You absolutely should do that. If the cutoff wheel shattered, well, my welding helmet ain't saving. They're pretty good, dude. They're pretty good. Okay. Nice term, internet guru for sure. He is. How if I ever have a 30, I could run my phone at least 36 hours. And that's great, dude. They're really, really great. I have a pack that uses 18650s. That's a good freaking amount of juice. No, sir. I've been warned that cutoff wheels are super brittle. The entire Dremel kit was $40. So they're brittle. If you're cutting through metal and you bend it, they'll crack. But they don't like your shield is pretty good. Like I just use one of those thin plastic shields and it'll bounce off. It needs to grind its way through your welding shield. I mean, unless you're just using glasses. Yeah. But yeah, they can explode. Okay, hold on. So where was I? All right, it's in your wackadoodle. All right, read. Yeah. So be careful. Like I don't use like a full. Wait, dude. I do a lot of cutting, cut a lot of stuff. I've had them blow up. I've had pieces hit me in the face, but it's not. I mean, it sucks, but I've never had like a gash me open. I mean, I use eye protection, not full face protection. But when I'm cutting a lot of stuff, like if I'm cutting a big sheet, and I know I'm going to heat that thing up a lot and grind it down a lot, I'll wear just a normal like COVID face shield, like that and I've had all kinds of stuff hit it and it's been fine. I mean, yeah, if you can afford something, get it, sure. I see issues, my hands tremble. Okay, yeah. I always get twitches from time to time. Yep. Okay, understood. Yeah, then be safe, right? Be safe. Raid the ferry. Oh, dang it. I need to put my thing on a high speed. I had a backup for my CPU system. It failed and fried my desktop. And fried my desktop CPU system and battled with them for over a year, replacing my CPU. They didn't pay, rather, wouldn't it? Had my backup for my CPU system. It failed and fried my desktop CPU system, and I battled with them for a year over replacing my CPU. They did not pay. Rather, would not pay. Gotcha.
For more than 100 years, it has served as the public entrance to one of the most
noticed trying to
important
hold the welder
residences
still
in the
enough
world.
started
If
to
you were
be
to
where
ever
hard
schedule a
my hands
visit,
refuse to
this
stay
is
stationary.
exactly where you would be
That's why the
arriving.
tumor,
Aside from that, it is also home to various important offices, such as the office of the First Lady and the Presidential Emergency.
Hold on. I don't know if we're going to get into this right now, brother. I don't want to watch a 10-minute, 15-minute episode about the freaking ballroom. But I'll watch it later after 8. It's 7:40 now. I'll find something to do. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Fat, you're on the 12, right? Tremors, shakes, and involuntary movements. The other big thing is magnesium. If you're on 12, you probably want to get on the magnesium. Yes, if you're not, that dude, my dad and me both have shaky hands. He's in his 70s, and his aren't as stable as mine, but mine are 100 times better than they were. In a few days, in the same day, you'll start noticing it different. You need to get on it, brother. That needs to be your next purchase, dude. Geek Squad, yeah, right, yeah, they're definitely wackadoos. Yeah, I'm just so tired of freaking politics and political bullshit, dude. Listen, it's so much theater, and it's just like everybody's a liar, and it just, and then it's going to bring people in. People are going to come by, and they're going to want to come in and just argue about political bullshit. Like probably think I'm an alcoholic from how much my hands shake holding a knife. Yeah, it'll help you a lot, brother. Yeah. You shake too, or yeah. So severe or prolonged deficiency in B12, B1, B6, and E can lead to neurological issues like tremors, ecstasy, ataxia, and muscle twitching. So like I used to wake myself up with hypnagogic jerks. That's what twitches while you sleep. It's called a hypnagogic jerk. Yeah, but B12 is the big one. Yeah. Yeah, right here. And magnesium right there. So I'm on magnesium. This is magnesium glycinate and GABA. Yeah, it's important, dude. You got to get that shit out of the way before you start buying other tools and stuff. You've got to. It makes everything better when your body has what it needs. Everything. Being awake's better, sleeping's better, working's better, not working's better. Everything is just better. Yeah, about the political burnout. Yeah. Man, me and the wife take up so much time twitching in my sleep. Yeah, dude, get it taken care of. Get it taken care of. You can do it. And the thing is, you're getting worse sleep. She's getting worse sleep. Why not do it for her? If you won't get yourself to do it for you, do it for her. Okay, so right here, ataxia is lack of coordination. I'm guarantee you've got that too. That's when you're talking about that tumor. That's the lack of coordination. Your eyes aren't putting your hands where your eyes want your hands to be. B12 deficiency can cause vision problems, including depth perception, by damaging the optic nerve or affecting brain processing. Symptoms also include blurry vision, central blind spots, color vision impairments, and decreased visual acuity. Yeah, dude. All right, like if you tell your doctors this stuff and they're like, well, let's put you on a sedative, let's put you on a freaking whatever to calm your shaking, like my dad was prescribed Xanax, small dose of Xanax, because his hands shook and it didn't do nothing for his hands shaking, but he was prescribed it and they didn't once say, hey, maybe you've got a vitamin deficiency. Sounds right up my alley. If certain colors are too close together, I can't tell them apart, like beige and tan. Get yourself good, brother. Get yourself good. Look, I got it on my website. Get yourself good. Where's it at? Oops. Get yourself good. We're trying, damn it. Try it. Yep. No, I understand. And listen, like it. If you've got to get the $27 together somehow, that's a 2-month supply, but start by taking them every other day. So you'll turn that $27 or whatever it is into 4 months. $24.99. $24.99. I'm telling you, it's absolutely it. Knowing what your tremors and issues, the issues that has caused you, and knowing that it could have been fixed after puberty, when your body stopped growing and just starts aging, you can, that could have been taken care of. Oh, dude, I put money into savings for a car. I'll pick up my next check. Yeah. That's good. Making decent money. Yeah, check. Yeah, it's you own you. You own your body. You're doing all this stuff for your bike, but nothing for yourself. It's weird how we do that. We do our own mechanical work for our equipment, but we don't do it for ourselves. We don't change our own oil. Yep. I don't do health insurance or hospitals. Yeah, right. So you need to do what you can do to not need them. Right? Like that, like the if you're twitching and shaking, what do you think your heart's doing? Well, you see, my brain goes, keep it alive equals make money, keep me going. Right? No, I understand. Look, it took me until I was in my mid-40s to switch gears. It was just such a huge improvement in life. Forget about the old meat mech. All right, let's see what we're doing. Let's go back now. Oops. All right, where are we watching? The man who plays guitar with his feet.
As he strummed, he used his right foot to press the frets and change the chords. You see, he was born without arms.
Just moving on without
when he was
moving
a kid, his dad found an old guitar. He brought it home for him to use. And he learned how to use his feet to play.
So
he started performing at the local.
It depends what vitamins you're deficient in. And just knowing once things start to get better, okay, well, there's all these other vitamins and minerals I haven't been taking. So these 3 have done me well. Imagine getting everything, because other vitamins use other vitamins and other minerals. They use like I say, well, with like B and the B12 and the other B vitamins work together with magnesium, and then D and K work with calcium. So it's like, what vitamins you're deficient in? All of them. Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, well, right, and that's what it is. If your guts are messed up, you can't get the nutrition from your food. Yes, right. So that's how the body works. Is it repairs itself at times of rest. When you're sleeping, you're not digesting, you're not moving, so the body uses what it would use, the energy, the chemical energy, adenosine triphosphate, it goes into rebuilding the cellular matrices and brain chemistry clean out, and repairing the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, kidneys, all that. That's all. So if your sleep sucks, your health sucks. Almost definitely. And you don't need you need more sleep when you need more repair. And if you can get better quality repair with the hours you sleep, you don't need as much sleep, I've noticed. I've been picking up sardines and seaweed to balance my diet a little bit better. I mean, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Right, but the part of your diet you need to balance isn't fat and cholesterol and whatever. It's you got to make sure you're getting the A's, the E's, the C's, the B's. I need more sleep for more repair. No wonder I sleep 16 hours a day when it don't work. Yup. Right. Because your body doesn't have the building blocks for the stuff that's required to do the repair. So it can only move slowly. And it's just like, look, dude, you're wearing this thing out. Just stay off your feet for another 8 hours and we'll try to get as much done as we can. You know, like when you have, just like in an F1 race, when you have all the vitamins and minerals run around the body when it's in the pit to get everything done real quick, then you can get up and get out of bed and get going again. You know, when you've only got one guy to do all the work, it takes a lot longer to get everything done that needs to get done. That's why I'm picking up the sardines. They're high in B12. So if you can absorb it from your diet, the issues you're saying you're having, I would suspect you have a problem like I do, absorbing it from our intestines. That's why I use the ones that absorb from the mouth instead of from the guts. But everything, you sound like you're in severe deficiency. So you might not be absorbing it from your food. I remember taking fish oil and that complex B stuff as a kid and improved a bunch of focus. Yeah. And that was a very little bit of B12 because the USDA says that you need 2.4 micrograms, and I take 5,000 micrograms. Yeah. And you can eat all the sardines you want. It ain't going to do nothing for you but make poop. What'd I break? So I sent this to RFK Jr. I need to get back to those health and teeth gummies I used to eat. Yeah, gummies are good for it. Gummies are good because they absorb through your mouth. So B12, here's what you're going to get out of B12, but you need the other B vitamins also along with it. The thing is the B12, the reason I tell people to take B12 is because it makes the biggest difference the quickest. And then they say, okay, I've been being a dumbass. Let me get this body working right. It's like not change. It's like you're running 12 years on the same oil change. Let's see what we're doing now. Oops. Gummy on the going out. Wasn't me.
Park, and his story went viral. And soon enough, the man who played with his feet was playing for crowds around the world. As he strummed, he used his right foot to press the fret.
That's pretty cool. Americans think the solution to any problem is food or candy. They do? No, they don't. They need to start thinking that it is, which is funny because I view machines and engines like living organisms, right? You need to start viewing yourself as one. The problem is they think, well, I would say if you're talking about shit food and shit candy, then yes, I agree with you, Crowfest. Yeah. Right. Like I'm depressed, let me eat more food. I'm depressed, let me eat some candy. Yeah, so I would agree with that, but they would need to start saying more along the lines, I need to eat more. Like, think about how long ago, like in the 40s, 50s, 60s, they used to say that oysters were a aphrodisiac, and now we know that oysters have a lot of zinc in it, and then so zinc acts like an aphrodisiac because it helps the body create testosterone and whatnot. I'm sad. 14 donuts down the hatch. All right, let me see. All right, what did I miss? Message in a bottle. How he erased his own execution date.
Told the man that he would be executed next week, but he didn't tell him which day. He said it would be a complete surprise. And if the man wasn't surprised, well, he wouldn't be executed. But the man knew if he was still alive on Thursday night, then the only day left to be executed would be Friday, which means it couldn't be Friday, because he would know. But now that Friday is impossible, if he were still alive on Wednesday night, then the execution day would have to be Thursday, meaning he would know. So it couldn't be Thursday either. This same logic erased every single day in the week, meaning the execution could not happen at all. This put the man at ease as he relaxed in his prison cell. But on Wednesday morning, the guards grabbed him.
So I want to tell you something, brother. That you got to change. I want to show you something. I want to show you something real quick. Vitamin K2 deficiency and jaw density. Vitamin K2 deficiency significantly impacts jaw density, reducing the amount of calcium that can be directed into the bones, leading to weakened jaw bones, osteoporosis, and poor dental structure. So that's probably what caused you. K2 is for bones, teeth. If you've got plaque on your teeth, it's because you don't have enough K2 in your body for your teeth to absorb that calcium, so it builds up on the outside. The little veins and tubules in your gums that are trying to deliver calcium to the teeth for absorption into the teeth, there's no K2 for it to absorb into the teeth, the bones, the joint, the sockets, everything. Your body has osteoplasts and osteoclasts that eat your bone and give you new bone all the time. If you constantly have low vitamin D3 and K2, it's weakening it, and that's why that gap is opening and opening and opening and opening. If you have less and less calcium that's available to build that bone back up, so it can. If it hasn't been drilled out mechanically, it can start to fix your problem. And adding collagens can help recreate the ball and socket joints that have all of the what's it called in it, collagen in it. So weak jaw and K2 deficiency. Right, so you don't have, right, you've got what you need to destroy bone, but not what you need to rebuild it. So it's just dissolving it. So it might take you a year or two to start getting a better function back, but you've got to wait until that basic, that schedule from whatever parts of it. So I'll show you how it works. Vitamin K2 is linked to underdeveloped narrow jaws, structural dental issues. By regulating calcium metabolism, it ensures proper jawbone growth, density, and facial development. Lack of it may cause crowding teeth, malocclusion, which is teeth touching, and weak jawbones. So then, vitamin K2 can repair the remodeling of the jawbone by activating osteocalcin in the jawbones and teeth rather than allowing it to accumulate in the soft tissues. And you can tell that if you've got tooth plaque. Insert biomass here. You go, yes, that's what it is. That's what it do. Right, so osteoplasts and osteoclasts. So osteoplasts are specialized cells that continuously remodel bone, maintaining skeletal health and calcium balance. Osteoblasts form new bone by secreting matrix required by K2. It needs K2 to activate that matrix. While osteoclasts break down and absorb old damaged bone. They tightly coupled action is regulated by direct hormonal signals created by K2. Imbalance causes diseases like osteoporosis. Osteoblasts are bone forming and osteoclasts are bone absorbing. But yeah, so It's you sound like a walking vitamin deficiency, like I did. But instead, I would go to the dentist and they would say, let's get you braces and let's get you implants and let's fix this. And as this continues to deteriorate, we'll put in inserts. I'm a certified bone welder. Yeah, so you can fix a lot of your issues, brother. You just got next check. You should spend some money, brother. You ain't got to spend it on my site. I mean, it's going to take you to Amazon. I would appreciate it if you did, but I can at least back the absorption, because I've had blood tests done using a bunch of different products, and the ones that absorb through the mouth under the tongue, the ones that I have here, definitely give you much higher levels of those than the ones that go through the stomach, go through the intestines.
To be executed. He was shocked. This didn't make sense. And that's when he realized. Once he convinced himself that it wasn't going to happen, he was surprised when it actually did. The judge told the man that he would be...
It's freaking wackadoos. It's hot, boy. My B12, one that dissolves hope is okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it dissolves under the tongue. And so... I was talking to my father yesterday, and he was saying that he's now taking his capsules, opening them up and absorbing them through the mouth. Like he's taking even because it's just the same chemical. It's just not flavored nice. So he's now taking his supplements, even the non-dissolvable ones. They are dissolvable. They're just not. They're meant to be taken because they're in a capsule, meant to be swallowed. And there's usually a lot more of it because so much of it's going to be destroyed in the stomach acids. And because we're out of shape chemically, it's not going to absorb. So it's best to absorb it through the buccal fat. That's why I like, the buccal fat is the cheek fat, inside fat, like people stuff when they're going and whatnot. That's called buccal. And then there's sublingual, which is under the tongue. And those are the best ways, besides your skin, to absorb your nutrition, supplementation. What do I got? Let's see. All right, we'll start there. I'll get back to raid in a second here. All right, let's see. Yeah, but that's what you want. Yeah, I mean, all B12 will absorb through the mouth, methylated especially. Now, but the tablets there, and if they're pressed into super hard tablets that just sit in your mouth, remember correctly, is inactive, right? You want methylcobalamin. It'll be called methylated B12 or methylcobalamin, yeah. Cyanocobalamin is artificial, that's made using cyanide. And when you take it, it'll split the cyanide off. If you have free cyanide floating around in your body, recombining with other stuff, and yes, the M all the way. Okay. All right, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. I should probably, I don't know, maybe we'll see something. Let's see. That's that. Okay, let me see what that was right quick. Bam. Bam. Okay. All right. What up, God? Welcome back. The pill that took away her hunger. Make noodles like they're what? Cheat codes, how to split an apple, the monkey selfie that went to court. How do you properly throw away cooking towels? He used a water tube to block what?
He filled a long tube.
Welcome up, Scott.
And he added more tubes until his entire house was surrounded. Then floodwater began to rush into the neighborhood. Other homes were damaged, but at his house, the gallons of water in the tubes made them incredibly heavy. Too heavy for the water to push through. The flood hit the barrier and flowed around it instead. When it finally ended, nearby homes were destroyed, but his house stood dry, saved by water.
Until he has to drain that water, and then what is it? It floods the neighborhood again. I can't wait till I get that mop running again. Once these vitamins kicking, that adrenaline, dopamine's gonna kick. Right. That's the way it works. Right, and that's what B12 makes. It's required to make dopamine and serotonin and melatonin and norepinephrine and stuff. Yeah. So adrenaline, all that's required. Fuse. I did a stream for very, very obscure industrial music. I saw you were online earlier when I was working. Okay, let's see. That's what's good. Keep it going, freaking Scott, brother. Keep it going. What are you flying? All right. Oh, I need to turn this fan up a higher speed. I'm freaking cooking. I'm cooking. How to trick your brain into better.
Coffee pod in, but don't start it. Fill it with water, set your mug underneath, and go to bed. Now, in the morning, it's almost like you have a butler, making your life easier. When you get to work, back into the parking space. Put up your sunshade so the car stays cool, and grab any loose trash on your way out. After work, your life gets just a little bit easier because of your butler. And if you keep doing this, soon you'll be meal prepping for the week and saving money for trips with ease. All because you're pretending to be a butler for your future self.
There you go. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, but it's kind of true. I've also realized I could probably rebuild my top end with a new kit, and if I need more airflow, I can just bore out the intake and exhaust. Right. As long as the carb can deliver what it needs to deliver. Funk likes the letter A. Let's see. As long as the carb can deliver it, yeah. Like your jets on your carb, as long as those are big enough to supply that fuel into, but also you've got to make sure that you've got enough displacement. So you can add more fuel, but if there's not enough air, right? It'll be burning as it's heading out to your exhaust. The carb was able to foul a spark plug from much fuel 35. Okay, yeah, you should be all right then. Fouled the plugs. Okay, that's my face. All right, what time is it now? It's 2 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I need to take a shower too. It's freaking hot in this house, boy. I'm sweating. I'm gonna take a break here. Funk's having a good time. Funk. I'm gonna take a break. I'll probably be back in about a half hour, maybe a little bit sooner. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of. It's an 80cc kit over the current 49. It's a new head cylinder. All the best. Trying to save the world, Magic Cat. All right, I love you all. See you soon. Bye bye.